hear me? Yes, I'm seeing that my micro have green light and volume stripe to have a green light. I hope that it's fixed. Yeah. Beautiful. See first places. It's a very good, and I think that now I should change once off launch for delete time difference. For delete time difference between my broadcast and your chat. I have minimal time. So again, I'm working like an ambassador of Red Bull. I think we should use hashtag Red Bull paid for Pasha. Because on every broadcast I'm do some uh, I'm again forgot this word. Sorry. Uh, every time I forget this word. It's word advertisement. Advertisement. Yes, because on every broadcast I'm do advertisement from for a Red Bull. I think they should give money for me for it. Okay, my dears, and if you hear me good and if you see me good, it's beautiful. Hello, everybody, my dears. Hello, all viewers from all country, from all the civilization world. I'm happy to see you on our broadcast. So, and traditionally, we start in our broadcast from sweet numbers. It's a sweet numbers of Russian losses, and for today, numbers of Russian losses 202,000. Sorry, my dears, I doesn't make a special broadcast for 200,000 Russian losers, but for today we have 202,000. It's a very big number. It's a very good percent. Oh my god, Kellen Dunn. Kellen Dunn. Stay strong and safe, brave defender, skinned people, and precious animal of Ukraine. Long live free Ukraine, Crimea is Ukraine, Slava Ukraini, Heroям Slava. Thanks for your support, Kellen Dunn. It's unreal support. Really thanks. Oh, and we continues. And 2,200 Russian losers. You know, it's a very big work of Ukrainian defense forces. We should use new term. It's not new in general, but we doesn't say the armed forces of Ukraine, because people who fight for Ukraine, it's not only armed forces. Uh, we had a bodyguard, we have a police, we have a national guard, and GUR, SBU, and very big number of structures who fight for Ukraine. And in general, uh, we say the forces of defense forces of Ukraine. Yes, it's defense forces. It's include all structures who fight for Ukraine, Ukrainian armed forces, National Guard, and other. So yes, 202,000, and I think that I shouldn't I shouldn't say no more. It's it's number just unreal. Thanks for Ukrainian Defense Forces. And so you can see name of our broadcast. You can see topic. The private military company Wagner. I know you like it because maybe every stream we told a little bit about Wagner PMC. And so yes, we had some scandal, some three soldiers, three mercenaries from PMC Wagner make a blackmail for the ones of the Russian deputies. It's a General Savchenko, and General Savchenko, I'm just to describe situation in general. General Savchenko said that PMC Wagner it's illegal military structure and they shouldn't be on a front line, they are criminals and blah 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 blah. Prigozhin answered on these comments of Russian deputies, and he invited General Savchenko to the front line. But really, General Savchenko, he is not on active duty. He's sitting on a Russian government and do nothing and just steal Russian money. Yes, and he invited General Savchenko, and General Savchenko answered again for him, and he said again that real forces it's only Russian armed forces, real commanders it's only army commanders, and the PMC Wagner is nothing. And three guys from the PMC Wagner, I'm show you photo of this guy, but I will not show video because because I'm worried about our monetization. You know. And yes, on this photo you can see three guys. One of these guys it's a volunteer of PMC Wagner. Second guys it's a mercenaries of PMC Wagner, and third guys number three it's a prisoner who saw in a PMC Wagner now. And they make blackmail to the General Savchenko, and during this blackmail, during this video, they promise if General Savchenko don't close his mouth, they just come on a Красная площадь, they just come on a Kremlin and make something bad with General Savchenko. You know, so interesting. What does mean? That these guys like a PMC Wagner, just a simple prisoner, simple mercenaries, and simple volunteer. They doesn't scare it. The government can do something with him. They make a public blackmail, and I translate this word because this word can more better describe my thing. And they are threatening to the Russian part of the government, and they don't scare. You know, it looks like a real conflict. Barbara D. Thanks for your donation. Heroям Slava, thank you, Defender. Thank you for your support, Barbara D. It's very important for us. And what about adult? And this word of the mercenaries and the biggest part of the Prigozhin words, it shows the Prigozhin and PMC Wagner doesn't scare it of government reaction. They understand that they really important on a front line, because Russian armed forces only shows that they are really suckers, that they can't do nothing. For the last year, they only lose territory. They don't occupy new, and they have small success on only on a Donbass. And this success they have only thanks for the PMC Wagner, and they don't scare it. Wagner don't scare it. Maybe you remember, it's a real meme. Now it's meme in a Facebook, uh, in Instagram, on a Reddit, where in this meme, in this picture, and maybe a small video, Prigozhin asked, "Where is ammunition? Где боеприпасы?" Prigozhin crying, and during these videos, what's Prigozhin make for the government, for the president, for the minister of defense, and for the generals? He said a lot of bad words about government and about other parts of government. It's so very interesting. It's very good because it means that government doesn't have enough authority, and if government will do something bad for the Wagner, for example, for these mercenaries can do something bad in Russia. And so two interesting situation that Prigozhin have a position like a father for the soldiers. He shows that he really like a father. He sometimes going to the funeral to the soldiers, going to the mansion. He paid money for the dead Wagners, for the families, for dead Wagners, and maybe he tried to make symbols that he carry about his soldiers. And it's a very very big difference between Wagner and Russian armed forces, because Russian generals, it's just a fat generals, and they doesn't care about his soldiers. He use forces like a meat. They can't pay for the families if soldier die, and soldier for Russian generals, for army generals, is nothing. Prigozhin tried to show other side of the war. And it's very interesting, because if Prigozhin make biggest part of influence, and I think that his influence now biggest the influence of Russian generals, he can change something in Russia. I think he can change something. It can be something bad or something good. We don't know. But Prigozhin media type, it's like a really revolution media face, yeah. But everybody understands that Prigozhin is just a small rat of the Putin, and if Putin agree his bad words, he can say it. If he doesn't agree, he will say nothing. But his symbol of Prigozhin, it's like a father of the soldiers. And it is so interesting situation when Russian soldiers mobilized people leave from the position. They doesn't go out. They don't go to the jail, to the prison. They go to the Wagner position, and they understand that with Wagners they will be in more safety. And I don't know what is mean, yeah, but everyone should understand that Prigozhin it's a too real small rat in Russia for Russian government, and he eats nothing. He eats powder. If Kremlin authorities say that, for example, if Kremlin authorities will make idea for cancel Prigozhin, they cancel. Yes, they do it, and it just I don't know. It's just a new clown in our media space, I think, and no more, no more. We don't scare Wagner. He for Ukrainian army he shows that he do use his soldier and his mercenaries like meat, but we don't forget that he have a really very professional mercenaries and etc. But we don't scared him, and I think if government will wanna cancel him, they cancel him. Yes, I think no more about Wagner and Lane One. Thanks for your support. Lane One write nothing, but I'm like when you write something. If you donate and write something, it's I don't know. It looks so sweet. And Sam V and Lane, and thanks for your donations. And Sam V write: Я знаю, що перемога буде за нами. Я вірю в Збройні Сили України, а Росія програє. Разом до перемоги. She writes that I know that Ukraine will win. I believe in armed forces of Ukraine and Russia will defeat it. Uh, and and together to the victory. Thanks Sam V, thanks Sam V, and thanks Lane One. And we continues. My dears, don't forget that work in questions function. It's a blue pinned message of the top on a chat. Uh, of the top on a chat, and if you push on a blue stripe in your chat, you can give me a message in a separate questions chat, and I will answer on your questions. It's you should understand that it's more comfortable for me because I'm see good activity in a chat. Thanks for your activity, my dears. Don't forget to push like buttons. Uh, but I can skip interesting or important question, and will be better if you just give this question in a special questions function in a special blue stripe for your question. So, and I think before we go to the next news, I'm check your questions. UNG, it's marks okay also? Yeah, marks are okay. Now we lived from front line, from the Bakhmut direct, for Wagner Group, for made more reinforcement, and so soon we will come back to the front line. But now we have a small rest on a Kiev. I can't say that it's a rest because we're on a service, we're on an event, and we work for you. And who doesn't know, we have a new video about training of our soldier. Uh, it's a last video. I think you should watch it and like it. In my opinion, it's a very interesting video because we show how our soldier train, types of weapon of our soldiers, how exercise do our soldiers, because a lot of people ask about it, and we show it for you. I think it will be very interesting for you, and just to check its video after broadcast. So yes, and we go to the next question. To the next question. Uh, Patricia MC Namara, did the Wagner Buster tell the truth? Has Bakhmut fallen? Uh, Patricia and other my dears, we should understand that a lot of Russian generals, a lot of uh, Russian military correspondents, a lot of Russian deputies from government report that they occupied the Bakhmut. They do it a lot of times. Sorry, they do it a lot of times, but it's not true. It's not true. and we hold in Bakhmut, we push in Bakhmut, we push in Bakhmut districts, and they when they have a small success, it's like one street or one house or a small sleep district or something like this, they reported that Bakhmut totally occupied. But I think we shouldn't trust to Russian media. They occupied Bakhmut a lot of times, but in real, no once. We should understand it. And we should believe in a Russian, oh, sorry, in a Ukrainian defense forces. Charlie Manson, hello Charlie. And question from Charlie Manson. Pasha, have you heard anything about Wagner withdrawing its most experienced troops to the Africa? Mr. Prigozhin personally told about it that Wagner's mercenaries, real mercenaries who was in a PMC before full-scale invasion started, they was in Africa, and you should understand that in Africa they have a business interest. Yes, for example, they have occupied villages with diamond mines and something like this. Yes, and when Wagner soldier in Africa, it's upgrading Russian influence in Africa regions, and I think not all soldiers return from Africa to Ukraine, and I think that during big Wagner offensive, big part of Russian mercenaries was in Africa. It's not changing situation on a 100%. And I think when big part of mercenaries fight in Ukraine, it's a I don't know, it's a bad influence for the general Russian influence, and it's so bad for the Russian business in Africa. And I think that yes, some part of the mercenaries so soon come back to the Africa. It's real and it's possible because now biggest part of Wagner now consists of biggest part from newbie volunteers and prisoners, and I think if no more than 100 professional mercenaries come back to the Africa, it's not change situation in general. Yes, they have a lot of very high experienced soldiers, and I think that it doesn't have a big influence on a front line if couple mercenaries come back to the Africa. I hope that I'm answer on your question. And Johnny C. Привіт, Паша, перемога, слава Україні from Perth Oblast, Western Australia. Hello, all Western Australia, and I hope that my dear friend Grund watching this broadcast. Thanks, Johnny. Johnny is from Australia for your support. It's very important for you. Thanks for your support, my dears. And thanks for your wishes. I'm like when you try to write in a chat some mixed English and Ukrainian language. It looks so sweet. I know that Sammy V, it's our good friend of channel. She study Ukrainian language. Ukrainian language is very difficult, but when I'm monitoring of my Instagram, I'm subscriber of Sammy V. I'm see that she tried to write something on Ukrainian, and it's a very beautiful. I'm appreciate that you try to study Ukrainian language, and you try to took new information about Ukrainian culture. Uh, it's a very very important for us. It means that Ukraine took more higher level. Sorry, difficult words. Ukraine have more higher level now in general society, in a world society. It's very important for us. Thanks, my dears, for what are you doing, and thanks, my dears, for your support. It's very important for us. And Batman 2 are here. Hello, Batman. He now on a Donbass area on a hottest shit point near Kremena. Hello, my dear friends. And we are continuous answering on your questions. So, my dears, I will not answer on the questions how are you and how is Max a lot of times, if you see me in your broadcast and I'm smiling and I'm told something, I'm not crying, I doesn't have hole in my head, it means that always okay. Yes. If you see my face on your screen, it means that always good. Thanks for the question, and thanks that you're worried. Kim C. Hello, Kim. Hello, Kim C. And question from the Kim C. Your stream is the evening after a day's work. Do you have to do this in your free time? So, 1 minute. Yeah, usually I'm streaming after work. Usually I'm streaming in holidays. Yes, I think it's possible for me because my daily routine, daily graphic, it's very very difference. Yeah, for example, in one day I can be on a service from 8 o'clock to 17 o'clock. In some days I can be free at 14 o'clock. Yes, and yeah, I have free time for the work, for channel. I have the free time for me personally, and I doesn't cry that I doesn't have enough time. When I have time, I am streaming for you or do something other. I think it's not a big trouble. I can't do it during service, yes. But in a free time it's not so difficult for me, and for me very important to chatting with you, to give some news for you, and it's not so difficult, yes, and I can do it. And Dester Cheesy, yeah, for Bakhmut, thanks for your share. uh, the Dester Cheesy, yeah, so very very difficult nickname. uh, and RF from United States, to where thanks for a donation. He write, я хотів би пожертвувати більше сьогодні, трохи більше наступного разу, і я продовжуватиму підтримувати. Слава Україні. And RF from United States, thanks for donation, and he write, I wanna share more today and more a little bit later, and I will continue my support. Slava Ukraini. Thanks for your support, my dears RF from USA and Dester. Thanks, my dears. And yes, what about I told? I'm told if I'm streaming for you, I'm okay and have time. I know that my previous broadcast was a little bit bad. Uh, I don't know why. Maybe weather bad influence on me, but I have a very bad condition, and now I have some troubles with head. Uh, Sometimes I'm visit doctors. Yeah, and previous broadcast I have a really bad condition. So yes, but usually when I'm broadcasting, I'm okay. Thanks, my dears, that you are worried. Thanks for your support. And yes, we are continuous. Sometimes I'm see question in a general chat. I'm see question on a general chat, but I can skip it. Sorry, because a lot of message on a general chat. Uh, Yunji, the flashback. Can you sing "Ой у лузі червона калина"? When I made the separate music or folklore channel, I will sing it. But this channel not about it. I'm a bad singer. Yeah, maybe not for folklore sing, not bad singer, but not yet. Sorry, my dears. And so the last news, uh, President Zelensky just come to Japan. He come to Japan, and for what he come to Japan? He coming, arrived to Japan for take part in a G7 summit. Who doesn't know summit G7? It's very important summit for Ukraine. It's very important for us, and we hope that after the summit we will have only good news, because a lot of uh, a lot of I should translate this word. Sorry, I'm trying to upgrading. I'm sorry. A lot of factors. How will continuous war in Ukraine and how result of war in Ukraine will be. It's a little bit depends from G7 summit. Yeah, it's a not G8. It's not G8. Beautiful. But yes, they can make decision about a lot of factors for Ukraine. On a G7, they can talk about support for Ukraine, money for Ukraine, resources for Ukraine, armament for Ukraine. It's not less important like a Rammstein summit. It's very important. And if I don't mistake, President Zelensky firstly come on a not firstly, but before war we doesn't come. We doesn't come on a J7 summit, and we doesn't was a part of this summit. But now we are visitors. Yes, it's a beautiful. Hey, Batman, it's my video with song. It's my future OnlyFans. It's for my future OnlyFans or for my personal page when I will work like gigolo after war. It's very expensive. Don't show it. Carry it. And you can blackmail me with this video. So yes, and not so long time ago, uh, my dear, sorry, I wanna check. I should change. Screen. Ah, okay. Always good. Not so long time ago, with our relates, we talking about F-16. Do you remember what is a 16? It's combat jet, very good combat jets, and very important jet for Ukraine because we use all these Soviet jets, yes, and yes, our pilots do unreal work. Our pilots really heroes because they flying on a Soviet scrap of metal and very successfully destroyed Russian jets, Russian missiles, and shaheds. But when we took F-16, our air defense system, our air forces will be strongest on a 200%, on a 300% strongest, and once of uh, condition, once of provision for F-16 in Ukraine, it will be if we will not use it against Russian territory. Same was with the HIMARS. Yes, but it's main conditions that we will not use F-16 for against Russian territories. Good, we can use Su-25 against Russian territories or Su-34. But yes, you know what this means? It means that F-16 in Ukraine, it's possible, it's real, and it will be so soon. I think it's a good news. So, and if I don't mistake, some Ukrainian pilots um, start study course for F-16, and it means that F-16 come in Ukraine so soon. But we should understand that F-16 it's very difficult vehicle. It's a very difficult jet, and for example, we cannot maintain it on a 100% in Ukraine. Same with all land-lease vehicle who come in Ukraine from another country. And for example, now we have Leopard 2 in Ukraine. Yes, our partners give Leopard 2 for Ukraine, and we cannot maintain it on a 100%. And once of good news, it's a Polish armament factory, Polska Grupa Zbrojnowa. They made contract with Ukraine for maintain Leopard 2, you know, and it's very good that our partners not only give vehicle for us. It's beautiful that they agree to maintain our vehicle. It's very important for Ukraine. Yeah, and RS, bless all men and women in Ukraine. Slava Ukraini. Thanks for your support, RS. I'm a little bit not understand what is a valid. What country are you from, RS? So, thanks for your donation. It's very important for us, my dears. Thanks, RS. And yes, Thomas, you are right that Poland knows that Russia needs to be stopped. And you know, when war in Ukraine started, Poland start rearmed in his army. They buy modern Korean tanks, they buy modern jets, and they made rearmed because they understand that Russian it's a real crazy country, and Poland very close to the Russian. And if you remember stupid propagandons Solovyov and Skabeva, they a lot of times said that we should attack Poland, we should destroy Warsaw. Yeah, it's songs really funny because Russia can't do it, but we should understand that Poland it's is very close to the Russia, and Russia do make dangerous for the Polish defense. They understand it and they do something. They do rearmament. They do very unreal big support for Ukraine, for Ukrainian refugees, for Ukrainian army. They give leopards. They maintain our vehicle. They give help for our wounded soldiers. Yes, because you know it's like our neighbors' brothers. Maybe project Mežimorje will work in future. Yeah, it's like if mm, NATO not agree in Ukraine. We don't know how it work. Yes, because we tried to join with NATO so many years, but we doesn't do it for today. Uh, if NATO don't invite us, if we don't join to the NATO North Atlantic Treatment Organization, maybe we made with Poland and with other Baltic countries, Межиморье. It's a defense union against a red alert from the Russia and Belarus. RSRS, RS from Sweden. Thanks RS for your answer. Hello Sweden. Thanks for your support, my dears. And yes, I think all our good neighbors understand that Russia is shit. But it's not only shit, it's a dangerous shit. And question from D. Thomas. Do you think the conflict between Wagner and Russian military it is just misinformation or real? So I cannot say that it's 100% fake. I can't say that. It looks like true. Really, it looks like true. And yes, we have couple reason why government Russian government doesn't give enough ammunition for the Wagner, but in real they have enough. They do artillery shelling, they do bombing, they do offensive, but they need more. And yes, one of the reason it's Prigozhin and Wagner's officers. Sometimes they more high experience, sometimes they more previously than Russian officers, and it's make conflict between two this organization, and I think it looks like real, but it's cannot be more than just a media conflict. It cannot be more than just a media conflict because Russian special service like GRU, FSB, they controlled him, they controlled Utkin, they controlled Prigozhin, and they can do more as they possible. I think that yeah, I think that this opinion will be more close to the true. And no name, no, I can see a full nickname, no name, no S. I think you are from Czech Republic. You send smile. You are amazing. It's so sweet smile. Thanks for your donation. No name, no S, and doesn't see full your nickname. Just write in a chat something, and I will understand your real nickname. So yes, and we go to the next questions. Echo 02158. How do I contact you about donating equipment? For example, a scope for AKA. Echo. You can contact with me by my Gmail, personal Gmail. Uh, I'm just write it in a chat. It's my personal Gmail. Write something, and you can contact with me in this Gmail if you wanna do it. It's will be very important support. Thanks. Echo 02158. No name, no surname. Okay, I'm right. You are from Czech Republic. Thanks for support. No name, no surname. And okay, we are going to the next questions. Brand damage. Hi, it's sorry. Uh, who wanna ruin my stream? Who wanna ruin my stream? Is a Batman. Batman wanna ruin my stream. Don't call me during broadcast, man. Don't call me during broadcast. I know what you wanna ask. So I wanna share something with you, my dear. 1 minute. Small technical pause, my dears. Just wait a little bit. No, it's not a gigolo call. I doesn't work like gigolo now. Because I'm on active duty. Only after active duty I will be a gigolo. So yes, I've told on a previous broadcast about project Winged Gusars. It's our project with Batman, yes, and now we doesn't have enough activities because we doesn't have enough equipment for it, devices for broadcast devices for recording interest content, and Batman now on a front line. So yes, but some activities from our project Winged Hussars, Batman have on his Instagram channel. He have updates. So soon I will move these updates to We Hey project. But my dears, for who interesting, you can subscribe on the Instagram of the Batman. So yeah, and Instagram on chat now. Don't call me during broadcast. You wanna ruin it, man? Don't do it. And question from Kellen Dunn. Do most Ukrainian soldier in the zero line trenches have a night vision or thermal? So yeah, we had a very big problem with the night vision in thermal in the newbie units with mobile. Oh, Brandon Mitchell. Hello, my dear Brandon. Who doesn't know channel Ukrainian TBIC? It's a Brandon, my Canadian friends. Hello, Brandon. Glad to see you on my broadcast. I know that I'm your favorite gigolo. I know. Thanks that you are coming. Glad to see you here. I hope you so soon come back to the Ukraine. I hope we meet and we have dinner and we try okroshka or ribs in a Kyiv. Nice to meet you here. Say hello to Brandon, my dears. No, Brandon, not PMP. I will be. Uh, uh, I will be independence gigolo. So yes, when you when you say it for Brandon, hello, I will answer on a calendar question about thermals and night vision. Brandon give a help with the thermals and night vision too for his units, for his friends, and so when conflict is started, we have some problems with night vision and thermals in the biggest part of units because it was not enough for the old position, for the old soldiers, and so often we used civilian devices like you know night vision for the hunters, for example, thermal for the hunters, and small part we use a military like a PVS 14 and other types of PVS, and sometimes we use archer thermal vision, but professional equipment we have not enough, and we have not enough and for today too, for buying like a volunteers buying for us professional equipment, but it's a very expensive. You should understand that civilian thermal can cost nearly $1,000, for example, yeah, but real army PVS 14 it will be much not less than four or $5,000, yeah, it's I mean professional equipment, and archer will be more expensive. So yes, and now I think we uh, have more than when conflict is start, but not enough. But not enough, and sometimes we do use it on a front line civilian devices. So yes, and I we need more. I'm understand on a 100% that we need more. It's it's 100% that we need the more. But маємо те, що маємо, my dears. So when we go into the next questions. Uh, um, Thomas, I can't wait to see Putin in The Hague. It will be like Nuremberg trials. So not only Putin will go to the Nuremberg, sorry, not Nuremberg, to the Hague, to the Gaga. Not only Putin, and Rick Sanchez. Thanks for being you. Thanks for your donation, Rick Sanchez. What about I told? About Gaga. Gaga. Not only Putin will go to Gaga, yes. We should understand the biggest part of Russian propagandist. Mm, sorry, I'm loose minds. Another propagandist, another fat guys from the Russian governments, Russian generals, Russian officers who do war crime, Russian pilots, Russian officers and soldiers from the strategical units who launch who launch missile in Ukraine. A lot of people should go to Gaga. I think that judges from Gaga court will not sleep a long time because biggest part of the Russian war crimes should be punished on a Gaga court. And Pasha hears me, Charlie Manson. Pasha, here's my 20 euro deposit for Two, 20 minutes happy time when you become a gigolo. you, you think it will be deposit and you give it for percent, yeah? After 5 years it will be not 20 euro, it will be 100 euro or more. Or more. I think I will be very very expensive gigolo. Men's gigolo, it's too expensive, you should understand it. Sometimes girls more cheap. And I'm see that Brandon writes that so soon we meet. I hope we meet so soon, my dear friend. I hope so soon. Uh, and next questions. On every broadcast, when we use this formats, questions and answers, on every broadcast, I'm asked it. It's format for you good when I'm just working with auditory, working with viewers, and answers on your question. I hope it's interesting for you. But answer for me, it's interesting or not. And me just make a small pause. I should take a new Red Bull. Wait my 1 minute, my dears. I'm sorry, my dears. I'm sorry, my dears. Uh, I'm sorry that I'm not turn on sounds. Cheers. So yes, you think about future. You make deposits for future when I will work Gigala. Should make a special services for the Gigala for booking. So question from RS. It's a friend from Sweden. Pasha, how is situation in Kharkov at your home village? Did most people still live there? So, who doesn't know? I'm from Kharkiv village, from Kharkiv region, from small village, maybe 30 kilometers from the Russian border. Russian border. Again, no sound, no name, oh, no name, no surname. Thanks for your support. No sound. Again, no sound. Really, no sound. Little bit don't understand because my mixture show me that sounds is work. Always is work. I'm check it, but if you doesn't hear me, just write in a chat. Uh, sound is good. Beautiful. Thanks for your support. No name, no surname. Thanks for your donation, but uh, you write something wrong. I have sound. What about adult? I'm told about my small village, 30 kilometers from border with Russia, and so very interesting. But front line was maybe no more than 10 kilometers from my house, and the people from Kharkiv doesn't live from this village, and biggest part of people continues living in this place. For example, my mother said me that she doesn't wanna go out from the village. She doesn't wanna evacuate it, and biggest part of the local people, they are very pro-Ukrainian. They have a real Ukrainian position. They say that they will be a partisans, but they doesn't go out from this home, from his home. Uh, and Now situation is good, and we doesn't have fights near my village, but sometimes missile explosive not so far from my village, from my house, because very important infrastructure object. It's that's 5, that's 5 in a Kharkiv region, so close to my house, maybe no more than 15 kilometers. And sometimes Russian missiles come to the that's 5, yes, and explosive not so far from my house. But situation is good. My mom visit job. She work on a railroad, and always good now. Situation so stability. And yes, thanks for the question, RS. Grunt, who will pay for the ribs? Mori will pay for the ribs. His time for the paid. When you come in, I think Mori will pay it. No worry, my friends. Or me, but not you. You paid previous time. And we find good place near Ribs place. It's a Turkish restaurant. I can pay for the meats. Good question, good question. Mori should pay it, he's rich. I miss you, Danny, really miss you. Okay, last 3 times. It means that Mori will pay it future 3 times. Yeah, he should pay it. Mori should pay it 100%. 100%. I remember, my dear Grunt. I miss you, really. I wait when you come back, daddy. And so we continue answer on your question, my dears. Uh, Echo 02158. It's easier for me to send you an AK scope rather than Pasha if you're still in Europe Union. Can I email you? Yes, you can email me, and I have notifications that you write something. I am check it when I done broadcast, so I cannot do it now. I'm check it later, and I will remember. And so next question, I will write it one couple seconds. So IGG WAC, is the soil already dry in Ukraine? Possible to cross those big fields with the tanks? So I think you should ask Batman about this situation because he now on the front line. But weather in Ukraine so good. Weather in Ukraine so good. So dry, so sunny, without rain, and I think that yes. But for example, in a Batman region of place of front line, we had a little bit difference condition of the ground or something like this. But in general, for example, on a Kherson direct, ground dry. I don't know why sounds is suck again. I don't know why. Microphone will be more closely, and sometimes I'm gonna check situation. Aha. Batman tried to. Brandon first will be my PMP, maybe. You should make a fight against Brandon Batman. Don't forget, if you win, you will be my manager, not PMP, manager. We should use modern words. Kalendan, I hope you and Max can travel and visit California after Ukraine wins. So so interesting. A couple days ago, I watched a video from one of travel blogger, and he was in California, and he shows that California it's unreal state. Yeah, if I don't mistake, if he not mistake, uh, this blogger said that California unicum state because only in California maybe no more than 2 hours you can go from ocean beach to the snowy mountain, and the very mixed nature and very interesting nature, yeah, unicum nature in one state, so mixed. And I hope that yes, I hope that uh, I hope that in the future I visit United States, not only California. I say I wanna visit all states and Canada, maybe all American continent. Kripke Pasha, it is not the microphone, it's the connection. Yes, so it can be because some connection now a little bit bad. I doesn't know why reason. Sometimes I'm see green lamp. Uh, sometimes I'm see green lamp here. So yes, maybe it's connection. Sorry, but I can influence on it. It's a best internet provider here, and so I'm see that you asked about songs, about playlist. I have two open playlists, car and car Ukraine. What we're listening, yeah, in car, for example, on my Gmail. If you just rolling up when I'm send my Gmail and find my YouTube profile, I have two playlists. It's open playlist. You can find and search and see music. What I'm listening in a car, for example, yes, and I have two different playlists, and one playlist 100% Ukrainian, and second it's mixed playlist, yes. So if you wanna, you can check if you find my Google account. Kalandan, you can go skiing in the mountains, surf in the ocean, and hike in the desert all in one day in California. You guys are always become here with my family in Laguna Beach. Thanks for invite my friends Kalandan. I think I do it a little bit later. Native, do you think when you retake Crimea and the war ends, your country will have a standing navy? I think that in future we will have navy because it's very important for the influence on a Black Sea, on a Azov Sea, and in general for the control our territorial waters, because our crazy neighbor, Russia too have some access to the sea, and yes, we need it because Russian pirates, if Russia will be broken like one general country, and if in Russia will be make it biggest part of the country, small republics, I think they will make pirates like Somali, and we should be careful with our fleet, civilian fleet, and with the military fleet. And I think that we will make the strong navy. I hope it's in future it will be. And for example, we had some project, yeah, for Ukrainian navy, for Ukrainian fleet, but this project wasn't realized before, yeah. But I hope in future always be. Colin Barrett. In the future, Ukraine will be the European frontier with Russia, so its security will be enhanced for the trolls. Do you know Ukraine? It's for today European frontier with Russian, and it's real. We first territory who meet with Russian if they do something bad. And yes, I don't know why we don't think about before. Maybe because our politicians doesn't see in Russia real enemy. But yes, I think that partners will give some support for make strong fleet, for make strong border, and I think our border with Russia and Belarus will be more strongest. For example, Poland do it now. They made some fortification on the Belarus border. So I think in the future, when war will done, it will be useful and it will be smart if we upgrade our border. And I'm see hello from Iran. I'm see hello from Iran. Hello for Iran. Nice to meet you on our broadcast. And my dears, don't forget the I use question function. If you wanna give, for, you refresh your question in question functions, and I will answer on it. AKA Croat 74, my friend. Okay, question from the AKA Croat. I will read all words. Very stupid, I'm asking. Does Ukraine have barbecue sauce? Maybe it's called American sauce for ribs and baby barbecue meats. If not, have you ever had American barbecue sauce? So, no, it's not stupid. It's normal question. Uh, we had some types of barbecue sauce in a mass market. In a mass market, we name it barbecue sauce, but I don't know it's a real barbecue American sauce or just parody on a barbecue. But in a like a more expensive sauce can be made on real American barbecue recipe, and I think that we doesn't have a trouble with products in shops in a market in Ukraine, and I think that we can find nature American barbecue sauce. If I'm not mistaken, Heinz is American sauce or no? I'm just to Google it now. Uh, yeah, we have Heinz. Yeah, we have Heinz in Ukraine. So if Heinz have barbecue sauce, it means that we have in Ukraine, and we have any types, on all price categories. Yeah, we do have a lot of brands, but I remember that Heinz is American, and I'm answer that Heinz. Uh, yeah, it sounds pretty German, Dexter. Yeah, you're right, but Heinz company, it's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania state, and name Heinz because man who made it, it was Henry Heinz. It's a very very old American company. Why is this British? I'm just Charlie. No, it you don't write. Heinz is American. I'm just write article on in a Google, and they write that Heinz it's American, Pennsylvania state. So my dears, and couple last questions, and I will done. Uh, uh, Україна понад усе. Hello, Pasha. What are the best Ukrainian patriotic songs besides Ще не вмерла and Ой у лузі червона калина? Other good patriotic song. So, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, and I'm send you so good uh, Ukrainian patriotic sound. I don't know how it name mix. A patriotic sound mix. Uh, it's a folklore patriotic sound, but it's sung very very good. I'm send link for it. So why this mix very interesting? Because in this YouTube video mixed maybe all Ukrainian periods and all warriors songs are here. Just use this link what I'm saying 1 minute ago. It's historical. It's folk songs. It can be very interesting. And if you just listen in this music, and you can feel I don't know, not anthem. Um, you can feel. I should translate this word. Spirit of some epoch, spirits of some time in Ukraine, because Ukraine during all his history have war, sometimes against Russian, sometimes against Turkish, sometimes against Polish, Germans. All our history we are fight, yes. And in this mix, what I am sent for you, it's very very good mix for all Ukrainian periods history, from ancient Rus for today. Yes, yeah, my dear, thanks for recommendation. For example, Jerry Hale, she is a modern singer, she's a young singer, so good, it's too good interest in Ukrainian music. And I vote for Jerry Hale for the Eurovision. So yes. I hope my links will be very, very useful, my dears. So, my dears, thanks for your activity in the chat. Thanks that you are coming in our broadcast. I am very, very happy to see you here. I'm very happy that I'm chatting with you. Come again. I will wait you on the next broadcast, and I promise that I make a broadcast so soon. I hope that when I made next broadcast, our channel's friends doesn't make broadcast too. And yeah, I hope that it will be more successful. So and yes, thanks for your comments, thanks that you are coming, thanks that you are with it. Push the like button, don't forget subscribes on our channel, subscribes on Batman's IG in the chat, and see you later. Україна переможе, слава Україні, героям слава, до зустрічі!